Hey, so this summer I was like, let me start a YouTube channel and post like vlogs. And then I did this one thing where I downloaded Reddit and I read some stories. So we're gonna do that again. Because it was really fun. What is wrong with you? Feminine bull?
You know what's feminine bull? Whenever I put my foot and I kick into your bull.
Let's go. Am I the a-hole for not moving knees on a seatplane? Okay, I need a lock-in room. Am I the a-hole for not moving knees on a seatplane? Was on a 9-hour flight yesterday. About midway through, the teenager in front of me, who was traveling with her parents, reclined her seat all the way back. I had my legs crossed and her seat hit my knee. I think she thought she couldn't go back farther. She couldn't, but she kept pressuring her seat farther back into my knee. To let her know, hi, my knee is here, I pushed my knee a bit into the tray. She turned around and looked at me. I just know she did the Gen Z stare. Every time she pushed back on the seat, I did the same thing with my knee. This lasted for about 10 minutes. Then, in a fury, she moved her seat up all the way back about 5 or 6 times in a quick succession. I literally said, "What is happening here?" And then it looked like her dad asked her to stop, and she did and moved her seat up. However, they both gave me bad looks when deplaning 4 hours later. Maybe it's an important detail that I was not at all reclined during any of this. So, am I the a-hole? ETA, some of you are saying that it's her right to recline. So by that logic, it would be my right to sit in my preferred position.
Clock it.
I'm gonna be honest, this is not a crazy problem. I feel like all you needed to do was be like, "Hey, little girl, stop reclining your chair. You're hurting my knee." Let's read some comments. Not the A. Dirty looks aren't fatal. A dirty look doesn't automatically mean you're in the wrong, and most important, you'll never see him again. True that. Reclining seats should be history in economy now. They don't give you enough room to recline, and why should the person in front of me be allowed to occupy my already limited space? The a-hole here isn't either passenger, it's the airline for squeezing in an extra row or 2 of seats at the expense of comfort. Not the a-hole, you're good. Am I the a-hole? Brought a sandwich after school to boyfriend's house. Oh my god, boyfriend, I already know he's gonna be the biggest problem in the world. Leo? Why are you leaving? Leo, come back! Leo! Hey, baby. Hey, baby. You're my best friend.
Aww.
Hi, you're so cute. You're so cute. Why are you the cutest doggy in the world? I love you. I love you so much. Wanna talk in the mic?
Hello.
Am I the a-hole? I brought a sandwich after a long class to my boyfriend's house, who's cooking dinner. I went home to pick up my dog, take a quick shower, grab a few things, and go. I hadn't eaten all day and started feeling sick. My mom made me a sandwich that I nibbled on but didn't finish. I brought it with me to my boyfriend's house. He says it's disrespectful that I brought food to his home knowing he is cooking, that I shouldn't have eaten it at home. I think it's stupid. I'll still eat what he made, but I was feeling sick and needed something to eat. Nothing formal, by the way. No parents, no friends, just him and I have dinner at his place 5 to 7 days a week. Edit. I realized I should have been more detailed with this situation. Class done at 4 p.m. Traffic, so only made it home at 5. Showered, got my things, left home at 5:45 with a plate and half sandwich in hand. Probably not classy, but we've been together 2 years. Got there at 6 p.m. Started eating while doing assignments. He had started preparing dinner at 6:15. I was still eating doing assignments when he commented that I'm disrespectful for bringing food. I explained why, and he continued to push it was disrespectful. I threw my sandwich out just to end the back and forth. Dinner served at 7:45 p.m. Also, for those curious, sandwich equals chicken sandwich, not a Subway-sized sandwich. I'm sorry. No person nor man should tell you what you should and should not eat.
Well, yes.
If you felt like you were sick and you were gonna pass out, of course eat. Who does this man think he is? Okay, I am being a little biased. So from the other point of view, I mean, I might get it if I was like cooking dinner for someone and they were eating something else. But at the same time, she felt sick and that she was gonna pass out. And it was just a little chicken sandwich. That's okay if she's still gonna have the food that I cook later. And I'm sorry, you guys eat food together 5 to 7 days a week and you're complaining this one time if she wants a little chicken sandwich. Let's read some comments. You weren't feeling good from not eating all day. You resolved it by taking the edge off with the sandwich. You were intending to eat dinner with him still. Your appetite was still there. You were hungry and did not feel well. Ignore him. Not the A. It's a weird take for a boyfriend, in my opinion. If it was slightly more formal setting, like being invited to his parents' house or a friend invited you over to a dinner party, I could see it being rude. But just your boyfriend sounds borderline controlling. Overall, not the A. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my husband to drink? Hello, Reddit! For Father's Day, I'm taking out my husband, going to be a dad in October. My dad and his wife are both sober for 5+ years and have a complicated relationship with alcohol. They don't drink anymore, but being around others who drinks makes them feel uncomfortable. For Father's Day, my dad wanted to go to a Chinese buffet, and there they served a couple Asian beers, one of them being my husband's favorite. Now, every time we've gone to this buffet, my husband has never gotten a beer, always a Dr. Pepper, as he always drives. But for some reason, this weekend he's upset. I don't want him to get a beer while out for Father's Day. Keep in mind, he is also the driver, as his SUV is the only one that fits all of us. He's calling me an a-hole for telling him please don't. You know how my family is with alcohol, saying it shouldn't be his problem to control how my family feels, which I think is fair. However, we see my dad maybe 1 to 2 times a year, and it's literally for Father's Day. My husband has sat through several holidays at my dad's with no problem, respecting my dad's boundaries. I think my dad should be comfortable for his holiday dinner. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole? Okay, facts. Why doesn't someone else drive? My husband is simply a man who hates when people drive his SUV. LOL. Why does it have to be his SUV? My dad is extremely tall and doesn't fit in my car, and he drives a Challenger so my prego self can't get in and out of it. Lol. His wife doesn't know how to drive. Does my husband drink a lot? No, that's why this is so confusing. I don't know if it's just a control thing about being told. I prefer he didn't. Why do I only see my dad 1 to 2 times a year? He lives far away. That's it. My husband and him generally get along pretty well. What are we doing for his dad? He lives across the country, so we plan to FaceTime him and send gifts. What am I doing for my husband? Taking him to his favorite breakfast shop. Can I buy a 6-pack? Yep. People are asking her a lot of questions, so I don't know if they think she's the a-hole or not. Let's read some comments. This is all stupid. It sounds like everyone needs to focus on themselves and less on others. You're supposedly all adults, so act like it. Here is George 2026. He means business. Info. Has your dad actually told you that being around anyone who drinks makes them uncomfortable, like recently, or is that an assumption you made because they are in recovery? I do agree about that. That's a little sus. At the same time, your husband always drives his SUV back, so I don't think he should be drinking while driving. You're the A. You say that your father and his wife have a complicated relationship with alcohol, but it sounds like you also have a complicated relationship with alcohol. Having one beer doesn't mean he can't drive home. While it's great that your dad and his wife found sobriety after alcoholism, that's their burden to deal with. Everyone else in the world are not required to cater to their sobriety. I mean, if they can't be around people drinking, then how do they manage to leave their house at all ever? Let your husband have his dang beer.
Be nice. I'm finding it.
You could have said it a little nicer. Look at this reply. Agreed. And if OP doesn't want her husband to drive, she should drive herself. Okay, guys, be nice to her. She's pregnant, okay? And she might be the last pregnant woman on this earth. Okay. A lot of people think she's the a-hole, but I respect women.
Yay!
To not be biased about gender, but I don't think she's the a-hole. He always drives SUV back and he doesn't drink that much, so. And I get it, he's having a bad day, but your pregnant wife is telling you to do something. If your pregnant wife is telling you to do something, you drop to your knees and you do. This is no time to be a man-child. This is no time to be a little baby. If you have a problem, communicate with her. Maybe she could help you. She'll help you feel better. Be like, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. Let's eat Chinese food. I will say, no one's the a-hole. You just have to handle it a little differently. I think people should just love. You have a child on the way. Figure out the name for your child. You guys just love each other and have a fun family dinner at the Chinese buffet. Am I the a-hole for expecting too much from my boyfriend? My grandfather died and yesterday was the funeral. My family and I were there the whole day. I, female 27, saw my mom and my whole family cry for hours, and my grandma say goodbye to her partner of 60 years. It was a pretty sad day. My boyfriend, male 37, couldn't come. We lived 2 hours away from the city where the ceremony was, and he had to work. It's okay, I understand. After a long and sad day, I came home and was expecting some comfort from my boyfriend, but he didn't hug me, kiss me, or ask me how I was. I was bummed and felt alone, so I went upstairs without saying anything. He asked me why was I acting up, and I answered that a hug would have felt nice after a rough day. He started complaining, saying he had a long day at work as well, and that I didn't hug him either. I explained that a long day at work and seeing your grandfather in a box wasn't the same. We started arguing. He said I was expecting too much from him, being dramatic and talking nonsense. I ended up apologizing for my emotions. Again.
What the hell?
Am I the a-hole here? Am I actually expecting too much from him? I just feel like he doesn't listen to how I'm feeling and just takes it as an offense and starts defending himself instead of actually communicating. Oh my god! Men are the problem!
Not be biased about gender.
Sometimes. Let's read some comments. Find a better boyfriend.
Thank you.
Do your future self a huge favor and dump his walking red flag of a man-child. Not the A, and sorry for your loss. Not the A, I'm sorry for your loss. You deserve to be hugged and comforted and cared by someone you love.
Clock it.
Not the A, he has zero empathy. You have a decision to make. I think you know my answer already. She's not the A. I'm like the pyramid. Am I the a-hole for saying my sister's boyfriend couldn't come to his sister's dinner tonight? About a week ago, I proposed to my 2 sisters, female 22 and female 19, that we should go for a meal together. Me and my sisters are close, but getting together is hard because we're usually in different places at different times. My older sister, female 22, has just had a baby, and my younger sister, female 19, has been traveling in the last few months. I go to university in another part of the country. In 2 weeks, I'll be moving away to another city permanently, so spending time with my sisters is important to me right now. 10 minutes ago, my younger sister, female 19, called and asked if her boyfriend could come to our meal. I politely explained that I was hoping it would just be the 3 of us. It's been a while. She said she asked my other sister, and my sister told her it was fine. The reason she wants him to come is because she hasn't seen him for 4 days. She also mentioned that even though I've booked the table for 3, we'll be seated at a table for 4. I told her why having sister time means a great deal to me right now, and how it would be difficult getting the 3 of us together again anytime soon. She said she felt like he was being excluded, as the last time we got together, he was the only one not there. I reminded her that the time before that her boyfriend was there, but my other sister's boyfriend wasn't. She very quickly left the phone call after that. After that phone call, I put a message on our sister's group chat, disclosing that I wasn't intending to exclude anyone and apologizing if it came across that way. She saw the message and didn't respond. I feel a little bit selfish, but I know she'll get to see her partner after the meal anyway, as they live together. On top of that, having quality time with them is important to me, considering that I'm moving. What do you guys think? Am I the a-hole? No. All I had to hear was they live together.
Why would a man be there? Why would a man be there?
I really try to be nice to everyone. But sometimes I'm a little more passive.
Excuse me.
Sometimes I'm just a little more passive aggressive towards men. And to the men, I apologize. I can't help it because y'all are dumb. Overall, there's one person who's never the a-hole, and that's God. Comment down below if you hate men. Bye.